The global economic meltdown experienced due to a number of factors, predominantly the Russia-Ukraine conflict, continues to be a thorn in the flesh for many, especially the working class. The fishing industry was one of the sector negatively affected due to a fuel price increase and could force many companies to lay off employees. But Hango still feels workers' salaries in the sector needs to be increased to counter the high cost of living.
We have managed to conclude various agreements with the companies in the fishing industry to ensure that the workers are receiving the increments almost every year because of the fact that the cost of living is very high. We know that the prices affect the price of food, water, electricity, and everything, and they have got a very negative effect to the employees and the company. But the position of the union is that because of the fact that costs are going up, the workers need to have an increasement.
The trade unionist argues that companies are not the only affected negatively by high fuel prices, but including the workers, hence the need to strike a balance. He therefore called on Europe and the US to lift sanctions against Russia as the move is affecting the entire world.
They must lift sanctions, particularly against oil and gas. They must lift sanctions against Russia, and then they must concentrate on the negotiations, because what's happening now is that the American and the European, what they do, they are supplying weapons. They are not even willing to negotiate. So for us, they are just trying to have the influence in policies when it comes to issues affecting the world.
Hango also feels SADC governments must pronounce their position on the Russia-Ukraine war to these countries.
The African government must also now try to work together, particularly SADC, to have their own policy. We cannot just have, Namibia, and we have got your own policy there, they have got their own policy there. We have got enough resources. We have got oil, we have got gold, we have got everything. It's a higher time that the African countries must work together in order to survive, because this is a learning process in the long run.
The TUCNA leader vows to pressure on government to give more fishing quotas to some of the companies to enhance productivity and create more jobs.